Hey ladies, this is Melissa. Welcome back to my kitchen. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon in Southern California, and we are going to kick the weekend off right with some of my cheesy beef enchiladas with Smokin Chipotle tequila sauce. That is a mouthful, and it took me a couple takes to get through this and actually say it, but they are delicious. So come on, let's get started. Right over here in my pan, I've got about 1.5 pounds of ground beef that I have simply started to brown, and I drained off some of the excess fat. And to that, I have added 1 clove of garlic, 1/2 cup of yellow onion, and 1/2 cup of chopped green onion. So just basically let all of this mixture cook down. And it's just about ready here, so we're going to add our spices. I am going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. This is a teaspoon of chili powder and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. So we've added our spices, and now I'm just going to stir those in. Oh, I wish you could smell this. The chili powder and the cumin are so good. This is pretty much ready, and then after we add the spices, I'm going to put in 1 cup of salsa. Now this is a fresh salsa that I had, and it's also a mild flavor. I don't usually put the hot salsa into my mixture, the beef mixture for the enchiladas, because when we make the enchilada sauce, that's going to have chipotle peppers. So you're going to get a kick out of the actual sauce. So I'm stirring in my salsa. And then the last thing we're going to do, of course, is add the star of the show, our Philly cream cheese. This is going to give the cheesy creaminess to my enchilada mixture here. So I've got about 5 ounces of cream cheese that we're just going to start stirring in here. Okay, so you can see here that we have stirred in, my cream cheese is melted nicely into my beef mixture. And once that's done, you're all set. We're just going to set it aside and start on our enchilada sauce. So over here, I'm just heating my pan, and we are going to add 1 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. And to that, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of chopped scallions. And we're simply going to let this cook down for a few minutes. Okay, this has been cooking for a little bit. We're going to add the rest of our ingredients here. I've got 1 tablespoon of beef base. It's just kind of like a really thick beef stock. And you can get this in your local grocer. If you don't have access to it, you can always use a beef bouillon cube too. But this is going to give some depth of flavor to our enchilada sauce. So I want to stir that in. I'm also going to add about 1 teaspoon of cumin. And we're going to go ahead, I've got 1 chopped chipotle pepper along with 1.5 teaspoons of the adobo sauce. And this is basically what chipotle peppers are. You can get them in your grocer in just a can. And these are really, really good. They're smoky jalapenos, and they're going to add a really nice kick to this sauce. Hence the Smokin in the Smokin Chipotle tequila sauce. All right. Let's get this working in here a little bit. We're going to come to our last ingredient for the sauce now, which is the tequila. And I'm going to be making margaritas to go with this later this afternoon. All right. Let's get our tequila in here. I'm going to eyeball it. I would say measuring out probably about 2 tablespoons. So 1, 2, and an extra splash for good luck. And you're going to bring it all up to a simmer. You want to let that tequila and alcohol cook down a little bit and let these flavors incorporate. Oh, this already smells good. The tequila and the chipotle peppers, really nice. All right, over here you can see that we've got a nice bubble coming up on our sauce. Now what I'm going to do with this, because we want it to be smooth, is I am just going to put this into my food processor and pulse it until everything is all incorporated. Once I've let it reduce down a little bit and let that alcohol burn off, and I'm just going to process it up in my food processor, and then our sauce will be ready, and I'll show you how to assemble everything. So let's go ahead and assemble these enchiladas and get them into the oven, because the faster they're done, the quicker we can eat them. All right, so here I've just got a flour tortilla, and we're going to spoon generous amount of our beef mixture with all that yummy cream cheese into it and roll them over. I've already got one in there done. If a little bit falls out, don't worry about it. It's all going to bake up and be covered with the nice enchilada sauce and cheese anyway. And that's as simple as that. We're going to continue through it. Should make about 8, and they are very filling. So there'll be plenty for the family, maybe even some leftovers. Let me go ahead and finish these up. Now we've got our enchiladas. This is the tequila chipotle sauce that I've made and processed. As you can see, it's just very smooth. We're going to pour this right over the top. Just smells so good. Love the smell of those smoked jalapenos. All right. Just going to smooth it, make sure that it's evenly on all of my enchiladas. All right. Going to add the cheese, of course. This is a Colby Jack shredded mixture. This is about 2 cups of cheese. And when it comes to cheese in my house, I'd say the more the merrier. All right, and finally we're just going to garnish it. Sprinkle on some black olives. And this is ready for the oven. We're going to pop it in our oven. It's already cooked. We just want to get the cheeses melted and everything nice and bubbly and all of our flavors incorporated. So we're just going to pop it in the 375 degree oven for about 15 minutes. All right, everybody, let's get these enchiladas out of the oven. They are done. The cheese is melted and bubbly. Last thing we do before we're going to serve these is just garnish them. A little bit of chopped green onion, make them all nice and pretty. All right. Finally, every good cook, you got to taste it. So I'm going to take a bite of these. They are really hot. Let's see, make sure I get a nice steamy, creamy. You can just see they're oozing that cream cheese filling. I'm going to burn my mouth. I know it. Let's see. Oh my gosh, these are so good. They're creamy. That enchilada sauce got some heat from those chipotle peppers, but they are so good. Start your weekend off right. Make up a batch of these. Get a little cold beer or some frozen margaritas, even better, and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you again soon.